Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me on here? Whoever on here right now, can you hear me? Is the sound mic good or is it going through? So I think it's not working. If you can hear me, say yes. Can anybody hear me? Guess not, man. Guess not. Hmm. Can anybody hear me? If anybody can hear me, say yes or say no. I'm trying to make sure this mic is working first. Can anybody hear me? Let's talk about reason, man, about getting the understanding of what's going on with these people. Why I feel like they haven't implemented certain features. Um, can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Type yes at the bottom. Your microphone. I guess not, man. I guess not. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? I guess not, man. I'm about to get off this thing, man. Can anybody hear me? Well, if anybody comments and it's not popping no messages up, I know that. I see like it's blinking, like a live message type thing up, and then it disappears. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, y'all can hear me? Okay. Well, there's only one person there, but yeah. So I was thinking about something what I was talking about earlier before in the video, and I know a lot of people saying like, Reason 12 ain't added certain features, but let's be real. Like from the last couple years, they have added certain important things to the DAW. It's not like they just abandoned it like how people did Sonar, and Sonar went out of business. Then somebody else had to pick it up. So, but I think people don't really understand the coding of what Reason had to do to convert that DAW to be compatible with all the modern day technology right now, like far as 4K HI DPI. That's very important. People might don't think it is, but it's very important when you're dealing with third-party plugins like everybody use, because they'd be very huge and blurry, or they'd be very, very tiny if it's not compatible at all. But people got to understand the coding. Every DAW is coding, but you have to realize and understand, Reason the DAW is designed like no other DAW. We dealing with racks in the back. We dealing with racks, and you got to rig things up. So it has to correlate with the mixer. So I was doing a lot of thinking, and I'm like, yo, I love to have folder tracks, but ask yourself this: like, if we get folder tracks, like they got to really think how this got to be done. It's gonna take some time, because if you fold the tracks on the SSL, how they make that correlate in the rack, because it gotta join together automatically some kind of way where it rigs up a certain way when you grab these tracks and put them in a folder. So it's not like you're dealing with the regular modern day DAWs where it's like they design different. You don't gotta rig nothing up in the back. You just drop a plugin on the track, boom, that's it. So it's easy to add these certain features because the way the DAW is designed. So people got to really put that in perspective. How would they implement this? Now, what I'm saying is that they got to get it done, but the question is, how long will it take? Because they ain't really saying nothing about, the only thing they told us was, well, we got to upgrade stuff, man, so we can't add certain features or important features to these DAWs, because I actually read an article about that and I did a video about it. But the question is, like, how long that's gonna take? Even though they focus on fixing a lot of bugs, because hell, some DAWs are just giving you features all the time, but don't fix no bugs. They don't fix no bugs at all. It's still issues, still problems with the DAW, and people just happy with the features, so they add features on top of already other problems. At least they fixing the bugs, so it's like a good and sour taste situation with dealing with Reason, over the years, because I haven't, I stopped using it for a while. But like I'm saying, we got to put that in mind about how certain features, man, has to be run concurrent and implemented also with that rack, man. That rack is the main thing of how that rack's supposed to maneuver and function. Like, I had one idea where it was like, if you freeze tracks, right? Say if they give you an option to freeze tracks, if they decide to give that option, like in the side of the window where you see like the rack very small, they can have another window on the side right next to it where they are grayed out, of the tracks that are disabled, or tracks that are not balanced, but well, I just said it earlier, where they disable or they froze or something like that. There's different names for it. So you freeze the tracks, or stuff like that. So it could be on the side where it's grayed out, and then when you ungray it, it goes right back into the window of all the tracks that you know of the rack. You know, so but I was thinking like, how the hell would they, you know, make all this running concurrent with each other? Again, still dealing with that rack because that rack has to be rigged up because it already rig up automatically to certain things. So they have to find ways of doing this in every situation of a person can do when they dealing with trying to make group folders, when they trying to make all type of folders and all that. So I'm like y'all, I don't see why they can't do it, but I'm just using using common sense and realizing like like I say, reason is not like it's not designed like no other dog that's out. It's no dog that designed that way. Everything runs through the rack. The rack. You take one of the wires and loose, it won't work. It'll stop working. And again, like dealing with these modern day dolls, they set up different. I don't even think I can see if anybody making comments because it ain't straight. It's like a glitch or something, man. It's like a glitch or something. I don't know. I don't know what this got going on, man. Yeah, matter of fact, I seen somebody making a comment. It ain't even showing me. Oh, let me open up my joint right quick. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, this is glitching, man. Yeah, I can't even see what nobody talking about on here because it's popping up and it's going away. And I seen somebody made a comment. This is corny. Mhm. They're going to implement those features. What the heck? Welcome to. I agree. Reason is to make it easier to do this simple task, like routing each drum pad and come to its own mixer channel. They're going to implement these features and make us pay extra. I mean, why should we? But but don't y'all want to support the DAW though? Y'all want them to be better with adding more features and be better with doing things great for the DAW. And adding features more faster than they are, and then but people have a problem with paying extra couple dollars just to for an upgrade. I don't get it, man. Like I don't get it. Like it seems like people people not satisfied, man. Like I don't understand that. Like just think, like really think about that. The guy said and make us pay extra for it. Like yo, listen, if Reason willing to add a lot of these workflow features that we've been crying about, man, I don't mind paying $200, to upgrade or 156. That ain't nothing compared to paying $600-700 for dolls and all that every time. You only if you got a license already, you're not paying the full price anyway. You gotta pay these people for them building and working on their stuff, man. That's what make them keep doing it more and more. And people don't be wanting to pay, then you ain't getting nothing. People not getting nothing. It's just like, for example, like people keep buying all these third-party plugins they want to use inside Reason, and but they want Reason to give their plugins they created to everybody for free. Like, how you gonna go outside of the DAW, the company that you say you mess with, and buy third party stuff to use in their DAW when the whole purpose was not to use them anyway? And then want them to give their plugins they paid and design and took their time to create to y'all for free. That's yo, that's like this is like you got a home with you and your family in a house, but you support your neighbors more than you support your own family you live with. Like what? Like, y'all gotta make it make sense, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta make it make sense. But yeah, I get it. Definitely with because I'm seeing some of the comments that it's weird, like it's weird. Okay. This is weird. You say you gotta use your CPU. But Reason have the best CPU managed DAW than any DAW that's out. I got every damn DAW damn near it is, and let me tell you, man, like when it comes to CPU, people who having CPU issues with Reason, they using a whole bunch of third party shit, man. They got probably every plugin that you could think of. That's why they got those issues. They cause problems with every DAW. Third parties cause problems with damn near every DAW you get. Now, if you get in a third party where it's designed completely for Reason, like through RE, then you won't have those problems. That's why they gave us that option. That's why they gave us that option. That's why they gave that. They never intended for the use third party. And I get it. You gotta have that option if you want fans and want people to deal with your DAW, man. Because again, you got people who love what they love and they invested what they invested in. But me, it's like, man, I just had it right. Like, listen, right now, I got Studio One also, right? And I got issues with damn near Melodyne that I paid for. The auto tune plugins that I paid for. I can't even sign in, re-register for some random reason. I just turn my computer on. Voila, I can't use my plugins. I gotta put my code in, but the app is saying that my code is valid but they trying to push me over to the subscription. But I can't use my plugin, so I gotta call them. I can't get on the phone with them, so I gotta email them, and they haven't responded back yet. And so now I'm without my plugins when I gotta do sessions and mix certain people music. So that's why I can't stand damn third party stuff, man. Not because they are good. Certain ones are good, but that's the reason why I can't stand them. It's issues like it was to a point where I opened up my DAW, opened up Studio One, and it would not open. So I'm like, I'm trying everything, troubleshooting. Why it ain't opening? What's going on? I'm trying this song, trying that song. And I said, okay, let me turn off ARA, because they give you like these options to turn off certain plugins or, turn off the stock plugins or the third party plugins or ARA. I turn that off. Oh, it opens. So now there's an issue with Melodyne updating, or they trying to force me to do something like when I don't pay for that. Like it's issues with these companies when you're dealing with their third party stuff because of the coding, man. And it's like everybody, want to get their money, but you can't expect these DAWs to upgrade. A lot of the time, it ain't the DAW issue; it's the plugin issue. It ain't always the DAW, man. It be these plugins, man. Y'all can't because when you're dealing with the stock stuff, you don't have these issues. That should tell you something right there, right? Oh, bless King. I think they should work with SSL company, implement tape saturation with like Luna. Other than that, I'm pretty much satisfied with the workflow. Yeah, the workflow is good, but I still think it needs some more workflow features. Like I can name about 20 of them right now. That'll take it over the top. But as far as the simplicity of Reason right now, it's dope because I can go inside Cubase and Cubase got features beyond features, but they got features stacked on top of features. But a simple something you want to do is difficult as hell, man. You gotta think about what you're gonna do every time you're trying to do it. So it's like I get it. So that's annoying. But no, I don't think they should. I mean, it'd be dope if they work with SSL, but but far as tape saturation, Reason got tape saturation, man. Yeah, they got tape saturation. You know that, right? One of the plugins present that. What you talking about? A certain brand or certain name brand? Because the name ain't gonna matter. Tape saturation is tape saturation. That's a fact. Somebody put tape saturation on the board. Yeah, they don't gotta join with SSL to do that. They could just add that feature on there right up there with a master bus at. But be honest with you, I actually, matter of fact, let me show you. Can I open up my door? I can't even open up right now. I actually have Um, dang, I can't even open it up right now. Hold on, yes I can. Yes I can. Yes I can. Hold on, give me 1 second. This is what I actually got in there right now. Peep this out right quick. I hope this won't interfere with nothing. It might not. I don't know. Well, I don't know if they still sell this on Reason, on the website. But when you go right here, I got this one right here. I still got this one. I still got that one right there. Sound great, and that comes from the rack, the RE. So you talk about this type of saturation, or you talk about another one, or this is one that work that worked. Oh, I just messed something up, man. I think I messed something up. Oh man. Damn. I just messed something up, man. Man. Hold on. I mean, is that the saturation you talking about? That type? You said like Luna? I mean, but saturation is saturation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like saturation is saturation. That's something that's cool, but it's not important to. That's not gonna make it break. That's not gonna break you or make you with your music, making your music sound dope. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna make it. It's like we gotta think about the thing. It's like I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Every dog that I got, man, is something I like and something I don't like about it. That's every one of them. And you got to deal with the one. You got to deal with the dog that has the most important stuff that you need. You see what I'm saying? You got to deal with the one that had them because none of them gonna satisfy you all the way. That's a fact. I got new Windows. I got Cubase, and I don't even have to have Cubase because I got new Windows. I got Studio One. I got Bitwig. I got Magic Samplitude. I have Sonar, Cakewalk. I have Reaper. I have what else I had? Well, I had FL Studio. I used to have Pro Tools. I don't care about that no more. I got all these different dolls, man, and they all got their pros and cons when it comes to certain things. So it's about what's important to you, what you need the most. That's what it's really about, because they won't satisfy you because that's how they make their money. They have to make their money, so they got to keep people. Well, I was about to say they got to keep people, engaged in their doll, and I think Reason's somewhat doing that. They halfway doing that. I think they pissing more people off than making people happy. I guess my personal suggestion is a metallic overhaul on the graphics. What you mean? What you mean by metallic overall on the graphics? Because they just took like about 2-3 years just to get the graphics to be compatible with 4K HDPI. Like that's a lot of work. And if you got a 4K screen like I do, oh, it's a big difference. That shit is sharp and amazing. And you can zoom, your DAW to make it small and make it bigger. Some DAWs don't got that. Only Bitwig got that option. Like Studio One, the other DAWs don't got the option where you can make their DAW big and small. You got to go inside your regular options on your computer and change the resolution on that. And what that do, sometimes you don't want to do that because that make all your other stuff bigger or smaller that you don't want to change. You see what I'm saying? So when you say metallic overall, like elaborate on that, because it might be a good idea. I'm just trying to see. You say metallic overall on the graphics, because the graphics, because the graphics is dope. Like, man, listen, that's one of the reasons why I stopped using Reason, because when I got Welcome to 4K HIDPI with Studio One and Bitwig, I couldn't go back. I couldn't mess with no DAW. I don't mess with no DAW that's not compatible with it because I had so many issues. Not only I had so many issues, two, it does not look good to the eye. So if you're a person who got bad eyes or don't have, great glasses, it's gonna look more blurry to what you're looking at. And then it's kind of like watching a movie. It's like you want to go back to watching old movies back in the day. You still watch them, but once you get welcome to like the new quality movies, the new graphics, the new HD quality and everything, you want to go back to 720. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that perspective how we got to look at it. But a lot of people saying they don't see the graphics. I say, man, they must be wearing still got 1080 screens. They got these 1080 screens or these 1920s that they give you a little bit of it. You got to have a 4K or up. HIDPI 4K or 8K. You will see the whole difference. That shit is eye candy to your eyes. And when people look at it, they like, what the hell is that? That's a fact. And I understood why they had to do that, because they had to make their DAW more. See, reason being, all these years from version 1, if my understanding from version 1 to version 8, I think when they first implemented record, they've been running off of old model style computers, man. That's why you're able to run it. That's why I'm still able to run so good on a newer computer and run just as good on the old computer, because they were still designing their junk off of the old coding from XP. But you still able to use it on the newer computer, because it's like it ain't taking nothing. See, what people got to realize this: every time they make a new DAW, every time the DAW come out with a new version, say for example like Studio One, you got to have more graphics, you got to have more RAM, you got to have now you can only have a certain graphics card, and all these things is taxing. So the more every time you update the new version, the more requirements you got to have for your computer. So it's a catch. They make you upgrade. You got to upgrade everything. When you upgrade one thing, you got to upgrade everything else. So that's why it's kind of like once you in that sweet spot, stay right there for a long time until you just feel like paying whatever you want to pay for. But Reason said, hey, listen, before we can even add a lot of these modern things of ideas that's out, or even get these newer upgrade plugins to be compatible with our DAW, or even the ideas that we can make or certain features or whatever it is, we got to change the coding of our DAW to be compatible with the certain type of graphics and everything else. That was the most important thing they had to deal with, and people not understanding that how important that was. So I get it. It took about 3 years. And if anybody know coding, I only know a little bit of it. That shit is a headache, especially if you don't have if you don't have a large team to do it with you. So I don't know their team. I heard it's small. But hey, they got to get with the program. What saying? A real metal look to the machinery. I know they. Oh yeah, that'll be dope. Yeah, that'll be. I get what you're saying. Like a metal look. I've been around since version 1, 2, and it always been cartoon color to me. I mean, deep metal. Man, that's dope. It's still dope the way it is, though. Metal is cool, but it's still dope the way it is. I agree. That'd be dope to have it, on a whole nother level. But what I'm saying is that, does that stop your creativity, bro? Like, does that stop you from getting anything done? Like, what's more important to you? You see what I'm saying? Like, what's more important to you? Like, the graphics of it right now, it's not corny. Now, when it was like still compatible with XP, 1080 and 720, I'm like, nah, I'm not messing with it, because I was already welcome to 4K. But they said look cartoonish. Now they look nice, man. Like, let me ask you a question. What screen do you have? Like, what screen? Like, what's your you have a laptop or you have a desktop? Like, what is the resolution of your screen? Don't get me wrong, that still be dope though. How certain things look metal, but that saturation thing on here that I got on here, if you actually really can see it, like if you was really here looking at my screen, my computer, it's damn near close. Not completely what you're talking about, but it's close the way that where it's designed, where it look. I use a Acer gaming screen. It definitely looks great. So, but what I'm saying is like normally when it's gaming, does your laptop support 4K HIDPI though? Because you can have a gaming computer, but it does not support 4K. You can have a NVIDIA graphics card, but it might not support 4K though. Do yours say 4K HIDPI? So you have an Acer gaming screen. So that means you have a desktop, also MacBook Pro 201. But is the MacBook Pro 201 has 4K though? That's what I'm saying. Like it don't matter about the name of the laptop or the brand of the laptop or the company because they sell different ones. They give you a version that they different prices. They different prices for a reason because one got more memory, one got more RAM, one got 4K screens. Why you notice that when you go to Walmart and places like that, you don't see no screens as 4K because they cost way more. You know, like even like they said the TVs for 4K, but they won't sell you like a monitor 4K. They won't have you got to order it online. That's a fact. So what the heck? There you go. You see what I'm saying? Like so, like is your MacBook Pro compatible to 4K? You got to check that out. And then on top of that, you got to go inside your options and right click, and then make sure that your settings, like you got to go right here. I'm gonna show y'all something. You got to go right here. Let me show you something right quick. You got to go right here when you go to personalize, right? And you got to go. Hold on. Let me go back. You got to go to display settings, and you got to go right here, and you got to make sure this is set. When you got this and that option, that means that your screen supports 4K. If you don't have none of these, it don't support no 4K. If it's down way down here to 1920 and all that and under, that means that you're still dealing with 1080 or 1920 screen. But when you get right here and got these options selected, and then it's also select 60 hertz or 120, that's when you're gonna see a whole nother level of it. You said 2016? Got you. Yeah. So check your resolution and see if it has 4096 or 3840. If it don't have that, it does not support 4K. And let me tell you, the functionality of it makes a big difference too when you got this option. If you already got good RAM, if you already got a good processor, your resolution functionality will make a difference if your computer, if it's moving sluggish or if it's moving faster. I did all these tests. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. I did all these testings, man, and it's a difference. Like, because I can go change the resolution right now and change it down, it's going to start acting weird. Are you looking? Yeah, check, see if you got that. Because a lot of people think it's not important. I'm like, yo, yes, it is, man. Everybody upgrading. That's why all the plugins been making their plugins 4K. They call it 4K Retina. That's why they've been making their plugins. They look remarkable, like look sharp, nice. But you got to, it's dealing with graphics, so it's taxing. So if the plugins is taxing, and you still dealing with you're dealing with a DAW where you got Reasons 12, but your screen is not 4K and your computer don't support 4K, you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have issues. That's a fact. Everything got to match. Everything got to for it to work. Everything has to match. I had to learn that. I had to learn that the hard way, bro. I had to learn that the hard way. Everything has to match. But I do hope they add some workflow features, man. Like like it ain't no excuse. Like they upgraded. Come on now, they upgraded to 4K. They upgraded to whatever they had to do to make it compatible to all the modern day stuff. Okay, so it ain't no excuse now. What's up? Hell, I pay. I'm cool. I give them the money because I'm gonna be real with you, man. Every other DAW I have, they crash all damn day. They crash. Third party, my plugins, it's always issues. It's always issues, man. And I come from the era where I was plug-in crazy, had every plug-in on the market, crack plugins, bought plugins, plug-in crazy. And it's like, bro, you have 99,000 EQs, 400 compressors, and half of that stuff you're gonna use anyway. I got big wig too. Big wig CPUs taxing like crazy too, man. And I got a powerful computer, bro. I got over 60 some gigabytes of RAM. You know what I'm saying? I got an i8. It's a decent joint. It's a decent one. And I test each DAW out to see how much I can run. I go drop all instruments, multi-instruments on every DAW just to test it out to see how much I can do before it start acting crazy, or does it still feel comfortable as I create? Because let's be real, Reason don't have no freeze tracks, so only thing you can do is bounce. And I do not like bouncing. I don't even like freezing tracks. I like to use as is. I like to go tweak as I go, not bounce it, reverse it back, tweak it, bounce it back, reverse it back, tweak it. Damn all that shit, bro. So I don't like to do none of that. Even though it's still a good option to have, just in case you really run into a situation that you can't, Reason is super stable. That's what I'm saying. Like, people be telling me they having problems with it. I'm like, y'all having problems with it because 9 times out of 10, they use those hog CPU eating plugins. That's really not compatible with Reason. That's why you got to go get RE. I get it. RE ain't making everything. Got some dope stuff on RE. I got a lot of stuff from RE, but that's why the companies don't want to make their plugin, specifically compatible for Reason. They don't want to do that. They don't want to pay Reason no money or split no money, whatever. Auto-Tune did it. They made their plugin, and if you get that Auto-Tune plugin that's already in RE and compare that plugin to the regular third-party Auto-Tune plugin, bro, you're gonna see a big difference. You will see a way big difference. So I'm so sick of these third-party stuff, man. Like, not because they good plugins, it's just because there's always issues, man. And it's always an issue with my important ones that I really need when I gotta do a session or when somebody paying me to mix something down for them. But when I go Reason, I don't have no issues. I could drop, no stability problems, no nothing. I can keep it on 512 and mix over damn near 100 tracks. I can keep it on 512 and drop in damn near 100 what they call 100 combinators. And it'll peak up to about 65%. 65%. Stability is the most important thing, man. You can have the best DAW in the world with all the features. If it's crashing a lot and no stability, you can't get nothing done. You can't get nothing done, no matter how you want to put it. You will not be able to get nothing done if the stability is horrible, man. And I went through this for years with plugins and DAWs and crashing and this and that, bugs and cracked software and the issues. I got tired, man. I got tired of I just want to get in and just work and do what I do without having no freeze up, no hiccups, no issues, no nothing, no crashing. Like I had so many issues where I used to practice pressing Control S for everything, Control S, to where I'm so ill with it, it's like a muscle memory. I press Control S on everything. People be like, yo, I need the automatic backup option and everything. I don't need that shit. As soon as I tweet something, Control S. Control S. Control S. Because as soon as I mess up, I can just close it, open it right back up. So I don't have those issues. That's Reason plugins never act up like the third. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I've been telling you, I got video. I've been trying to tell y'all. I notice most DAW users won't even mention Reason. There's some type of prejudice towards Reason, man. Well, one part is that some people are simple-minded. Two, they scared of Reason because they scared of that rack. Because a lot of money don't come from the old days, like me coming from the rack. I come from the rack, days. So a lot of the generations, they scared of that. They don't know what to do with it. That's why when you go to the big studios, they don't really mess with that. They just use Pro Tools. Another reason is that, they got their own opinions about it. Two, I don't think Reason is really putting themselves in the forefront of dealing with other people and other companies because they know they're really different than everybody else. It could be a lot of reasons because I don't understand. This is a company where they have to make a living. If they don't sell nothing, they will go broke. So for them to still be around to this day, that means that they're still making money from their DAW. And then some schools, my homegirl, she in Philly, she went to a new music school. They had Logic, Reason, Pro Tools, and Ableton Live. That's the DAWs that they taught you to use. They didn't even have Cubase in there. Some places have Cubase, but they had Reason. A lot of places have Reason in there. So when you go to certain schools, because Reason would teach, that's the only DAW that would teach you or give you an understanding or identity to how to use rack rack stuff in studios, how to rig things up, how to use an SSL board. You say if Reason has stem separation, it would be a problem. Man, I think you're the guy that talked about that the last time about the stem separation, man. That that's it's like that don't work perfectly. Like it's still gonna sound weird. It's I know what you're talking about. You talking about getting the beat and they separating that beat from every sound and every instrument. Like you know, just go get the MIDI. Or go get a 100 band EQ or 50, 60 band EQ, because the same concept of that, because I played with what you talked about. I think it was you. That same thing you was telling me about what the dog do, I went and played with it. And I peeped what it do. I watched the videos on it first. And I said, okay, that's what they doing. They EQing it a certain way and they cutting certain things out and they tweak it a certain way. So I said, let me see if I could do this inside Reason with this EQ thing. I could do it about 70%. But it still leaves like a little bit of artifacts and all that. But that really don't matter when you sampling and when you putting other instruments around it. So you won't hear none of that anyway. But it won't be perfect. It's because it's really very difficult to try to take anything from a wave and leave all the other stuff in there. Yeah, I've been on about Serato since I was a kid, since I was a teenager, man. I'm 44 now. Yeah, I've been on about Serato for years. All my friends are DJs. So I mean, I already know how that go and how it works, but I know what you're talking about. But what I'm saying is that don't make or break Reason, man. Like having that thing don't make or break Reason. Like we talk about certain things, like example, like for example, like stem separation don't make or break Reason. I think workflow features will make or break Reason. But not doing better with the sequencer. You know, multitasking options, anything that's multitasking, like clicking on each track and changing the gain knob and changing another knob. Anything you click together should automatically multitask anything. It doesn't do that. Like things like that would I think that affect if people deal with Reason or not. You see what I'm saying? Like, but it's some features where it's like, okay, it's good to have. It's good to have. Put it in there. But it won't make or break you or getting something done. Yeah, the new Reasons chord sequence, that shit is dope, man. That shit is hard, man. That shit is hard. It's the same thing like the chord track in Reed Studio One. It's just a different way. You just put it on the instrument. That thing is tough, man. Easier than the scaler. Yeah, I never used the scaler. As soon as I saw it, I ain't like it like that. Just use the scaler. Yeah, but but it's like it's already dope. Like you pick one of the daggone, you can just drag the little notes real quick, and then I'm gonna tell you what the ill thing about that quarter, right? It teaches you notes. Because whatever note you pick, it already tell you what's the best notes to use for that what you playing, what you creating. See, some things you got to figure out and guess what the note might be, and which is cool. You learn from it. I learned from it back in the day, but that quarter is already telling you if you select the A minor and drop it in there, it already highlight the certain one that you can already use for that. That's the same thing that Cubase got in their joint. Even though they put it at the top of the track, but Cubase got the same thing. The tech chords. Same thing with Studio One got the tech chords. But in Studio One, they don't really tell you what's the best chord to go with it. But in Cubase, they do. But it's still a dope thing to have where you still can drop you can drop whatever you created inside of the quarter and drop it straight to the track as a MIDI, or you can just put it on an instrument and just play it from your keys. You can just straight play it from the keys, man. Oh, is this transfer? What the hell did I just do? Oh. Oh, this is taking too long to transfer, man. What is the problem? The reason chord sequence is most definitely the closest to the Cubase chord track and pass. Facts. Seems like there is some little AI going on inside of both of them. Oh no, it's definitely an AI. I mean, hell, it's the AI in all them things they got, man. You should see that thing that they sell on rack extensions that I bought. It's called the this shit is a cheat code. I'm gonna be real with you, man. If you can't play no keys or nothing, you just want to if you just beat block and you need an idea. This thing is called the daggone I can't open up Reason right now because I'm transferring files and I messed it up the first time, man. It's like it's like you drop it on the instrument, right? And they got all these different knobs and buttons and everything, and it comes up with all type of chords and sounds to play whatever it is, like how they got the scaler where you drop a chord in and you drop it in and you got one chord, boom. But this thing plays it through, like it creates about, if you set your left locating Reason for 10 minutes, it will create 10 minutes of it's playing something. So whatever how you got your left locator set, it will play it that long and create that type of information for you. It's a cheat code. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. That's all I can say. But the players, man, definitely is dope to come up with crazy ideas, man. It remind me of like some of the like a lot of the stuff that's in Bitwig. Bitwig got a lot of creative stuff like that. Are you talking about the quad note generator? Yep, exactly. Yep, the quad note generator. That's what it is. But I got the bigger brother because you got different ones. But I got the bigger one. People sleeping on that, bro. Nobody talking about it. They crazy. That's a cheat code. That's a cheat code, man. If they want to talk about AI, that's a cheat code right there. That's AI all day. That's a cheat code, man. And I use that like if I get beat block or whatever, I just want something to inspire me to come up with an idea real quick. I throw that on there, boom. I did 2 beats that came up with their own dope sounds on it, and I just start creating everything around it. I don't understand why I don't know how to use it. All the players is crazy, man. Even the extra ones they sell on Reason on RE, I got those too. They crazy, they tough, man. It just all Reason got to do, man, is better the workflow. The workflow is already great. Just add more workflow features, man. Like a lot of multitasking things. Definitely multitasking things. They could better the sequencer that everybody was talking about. I had a lot of stuff written down too. A lot of multitasking things that's dealing with the rack. What else? Better drag and drop, where you can kind of drag and drop to the mixer. You can get a plug-in and drop it to the mixer. Like small little workflow feature would make a big difference, man. Because you got to think about it. We're dealing with something. When people complain about using regular DAWs and the regular DAWs get cluttered with tracks. Oh, my DAW get cluttered with tracks. I need to put it in the folder and all this and boom, boom, boom. But when Reason gets cluttered, you got to deal with the rack. You got to deal with that rack, man. I got to down pat how to organize it though. Like I got videos on my page that if you just follow those certain procedures, man, and the sequencer button and this and organize your stuff as you go, man, this shit runs smooth, man. It runs smooth. That's a fact. Run very smooth, man. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like when I'm using Reason, it seemed like that's the only DAW I actually love mixing in. I don't mind having 30 tracks to mix in. I don't mind seeing 30 tracks, 30 beautiful tracks to mix. But like when I'm in Studio One or other DAWs, I'm not inspired to mix, even though I know I got to mix it. But I like, let me pack the folders with this. Pack this in the folder, pack the chords in the hook in the folder, this in the folder. Because I got to do that because it's like it's something about the mixer that make me don't want to mix. But when I'm in Reason, it's like I love the mix. And they don't even have all the features that Studio One or that type of DAW has. That is the only thing that does slow me down when they racks start getting busy. But I got a video perfect, bro, that'll show you how to organize it. And I got dividers that separate it these workflow features, bro, that people be not skipping past would make a big difference when you're dealing with your rack. Because I'm gonna be real with you, I don't use the racks that like next to each other. I never use that. Mine is go straight down, one rack. Just go straight down. And when I do that, that also stop the confusion. Because when you got rack right here, rack to the side, one to the third one, and you got a rig over there, rig over there, rig over there. Oh yeah, you about to have some confusing issues. That's a fact. I don't do that. Mine just stay in one joint and go all the way down. And that's fine. You can go down for miles because you can just go to the side. You don't got to scroll up with the mouse wheel. You can just go to the side, put your arrow on any part of that window, and it'll just take you there. What the heck? This thing got me all. We said, but all you have to do is bounce the tracks down so you don't have to have so many racks up. That's what I do. Now, I actually love the racks. I don't have a problem with the racks because I do certain things that that don't cause no issues. Like, and my computer don't cause no issues. Like, I like looking at it. I enjoy sitting in front of Reason, inspirational to do it. Even though it's like I got to do more extra work to get certain things done, like the clean vocals and all that. But I enjoy doing it. When I'm in other dogs, I don't enjoy doing it. It just, what I'm saying? Like, I don't. And they have all the best features and all type of stuff, but I don't enjoy doing it. Yeah, I use the when I'm mixing, I use the buses. Colors is very important. Naming your stuff is very important. You name your stuff very important, and and color everything. That's already going to help you with what you're dealing with. So when you got the hook, and you name the hook, you color the hook green, and you bus it and call it hook bus. And on Reason, you see it. You see where the bus is going across that specific track. Like any other dog don't do that. Don't look that way. And it's like, that's easy. So if you want to go deal with the rack, all you got to do is now just click that sequencer button or that other button. It's going to take you directly to that specific track. Boom, make it a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? And work on that specific track. So I always did, one thing I always did where it's like, once I'm able to accomplish one thing and make it sound good, especially vocals, all the other vocals will be easy, no problem. Once I make that first track of vocals, I solo that first track of vocals, and I perfect it, make it sound great. Whatever I did with those vocals, all I gotta do is copy a lot of that information to all the next tracks. You say I bounce when the CPU get heavy, and I got 16 gigabytes. Or it get heavy on you? Word. Like, how many tracks you be having? Like, you use third party stuff though, right? Like, you use third party stuff. Be honest, Mayday. I know you use third party stuff, Mayday. I know you do because I thought I had 60. I got 30. I got 32 gig of RAMs, and I can use almost 100 tracks. You say you don't? What? Man, I wish I could show you on my computer right now. I could show you. I wish I could show it to you right now. I can go up to about almost 100 combinators, and it won't even. It'll bust about 60%, man. That's a fact. We got T-Rex. T-Rex is the CPU hog, man. T-Rex, I remember them plugins back in the day. Those was my joint. I used to be in love with T-Rex, man. T-Rex is still tough for mixing, mastering, and all that too. I just got away from that stuff, man, because it's like once I learned music to a point where I was like, yo, I don't need all these EQs. It's about what I can do with it. It's all about my skills. Once you learn it, how everything works, once you learn how a compressor works, once you learn how this works, and it's like, you don't need all that stuff, man. Just enjoy, the simplicity. And if Reason sells something I go to RE and buy stuff all the time. You'd be surprised at stuff I got from RE. Yeah, multimedia, yeah, pretty heavy. Oh, this heavy on CPU, bro. That's a fact. I know. I used to have the crack versions of those back in the day. I bought them. Oh my goodness, man. Memories of those joints, man. And I used to use those in Cubase. Yep, memories, man. But fellas, man, I'm gonna start getting back on this live more often, man, on YouTube, man. Next time I get back on the live, I'll be able to show y'all some stuff, as I'm talking and Reason. They're all CPU heavy rack sounds, like strings, leads. When I drop them in, I don't have that issue, man. Like, you know, do you have your computer set up, like all your settings on your computer, like your regular computer? Do you have all the settings, certain things turned on, certain things turned off? Like I have mine set up to where it's snappy. My computer's snappy just by itself. I don't like these, because I went through those days and years of putting viruses on my computer by accident or intentionally because I'm doing stuff I don't need to be doing, and I got a whole factory reset my whole computer again and learn how to do all that stuff. I went through all that headache over the years from 99 to 2010. 2010, I was done. I said, I'm tired. And you start learning how to maintain your computer, you know, because again, you gotta maintain your computer itself before you even open up the door. Do a video on the plugin you use whenever you do the chorus and it turns it into something good. You said whenever you do the chorus. Yeah, I'm about to start doing videos for that. Like you talking about like the player, the chord player, or you talking about that the other thing I was talking about. What is called? What is called again? It's called the quad. You talking about the quad note generator? Okay, the quad note. Got you. Okay, yeah. Because I did a video just playing with it, showing people how it works. But the next time I'm gonna do a video, I'll probably go in more detail with it and talk about it, because I've been messing with it. That thing is crazy, man. Like I tell people, don't even go in there just trying to be critique with it, because it actually has a dice on it. So you press the dice, you know what that means? Roll the dice. So you press the dice, it just turn it to anything. Like you just be like, voila, like, and you'd be like, what the hell this came up with? Crazy sounds. I'm gonna do a video for it, but I'm gonna get off here, brothers. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man. I gotta transfer all this information, these files from my external drive, man. I gotta do this before I do this session. I talk to y'all later, man. Be good.